Totes my goats. Oh. You caught me out there. But now I'm back to the standby screen. I'll wait for some of you to jump into the room before we get started on this Thursday night, this Baby Friday. Just a quick little weather update. Hey, Gene, what is going on? There's Diane from Lacoste. Good to see you. Hey, Gene. April, who turned off the lights? I don't know what that means. Good evening, Paul. Thank you very much. Blessings to you and yours. Any good pies? Excuse me. I don't know any good pies. It's kind of a random question, but I'll take it. Happy Thursday night. It's Baby Friday. One more. And then, well, 4 down tonight, right? And 1 more to go until the first weekend of November. And we get an extra hour of this upcoming weekend as well. So we'll take a look at that forecast. I also have a take on Spurs and Suns. Second game against the Suns out in the desert of Phoenix, Arizona tonight for our San Antonio Spurs. Second time they're playing them in the last 3 days, so kind of a little rematch.
You have a take? Is that what you said?
I'm going to have a little take on that. Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about this too, David.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have that in just a moment. We'll also talk about the next front. It's like probably not but a week away. I mean, it's going to be a long time before we even get a front through here, so we're actually going to get a little bit on the warm side. Tonight, beautiful, 52 in Bernie, 52 in Rock Springs. But still 64 at Pleasanton. 63s down I-35 for Pearsall, Cotulla, 57 New Braunfels. Today's highs, below average. We should be in the mid-70s this time of year, but instead mid-60s. 73 Cotulla was the warm spot along with Carrizo Springs, 70 at Gonzales. Seguin finishes at 68, 66 in Kerrville. New Braunfels, 69 degrees on the eve of another Worst Fest. Worst Fest this weekend, opening weekend.
Want to say it again?
Worst Fest. There it is. Nothing says Worst Fest quite like the tambourine.
Nope.
Brats, kraut, cold brew, lots of great food. You know what's really cool about Worst Fest? If you've never been, it's up in New Braunfels, celebrating all things German. And they have, it's a phenomenal beer garden and hall where they tap a keg of Shiner beer to kick things off. What's really cool, quick story, and then I'll tell you about this, but what's really cool is that they have original recipes, like from some of these old restaurants in the New Braunfels area. And I remember trying a pastry, was it? I forget. It was a pastry, but it was from a place they had. This recipe was like over 150 years old. I mean, just really good traditional German food up there. But funny story, I'm going to go live at opening night at Worst Fest, and I'm going to do the weather. I'm going to give you a feel, the sights, the sounds, and I mean, it is shoulder to shoulder for the opening ceremony inside the beer garden hall, like that big, huge hall. And they've got the keg up on the stage. They're going to do the official tap. I do the tease, which is like when I come up, they say, Bill Taylor's live out at Worst Fest. Bill, I say, yeah, guys, what a great night it is out here in New Braunfels, opening night at Worst Fest. We're moments away from the opening ceremonies. Join us live. We'll be here in just a few minutes, right after this break. We go to commercial. We come back, and I'm standing among all these people, so loud. Yeah, it's going to be great. And while they're saying, Bill Taylor's going to join us live now from the 77th annual Worst Fest in New Braunfels. Right when they say that, and they go, Bill, you hear the guy on the mic go, let us pray. And the whole room fell silent. And they're listening to this prayer. And I'm like, all right, we're now live. I mean, I had to speak so low to respect the moment that was, and I had like a 2.5 minute long live shot that the prayer didn't go that long, but once we got out, and amen, okay, it was too funny. All right, so I wanted to show you guys what is normal for this time of year. I kind of mentioned it, but here's what the almanac looks like from downtown. A little bit of a shaky cam. 67 and 42 are our numbers today. So you can see that everything's about 10 degrees below average, far cry from the record. But you can see where it's 17, look at the precipitation, nothing today, nothing for the month. But here we are now with 17 and a half for the year. Before we look at that, the first 8 months of the year, about 8 inches of rain to 9 inches of rain between April and May. Those were a good soaker of 8 weeks of good rain, right? Soaking rains for a while. Even June, not bad, just under an inch though, where we should get a pretty good, dose. In fact, May's traditionally our wettest month. June's not far from it. And then only not even a quarter of an inch in July, not even an inch in August. And then we get into September, not even half an inch before a pretty wet October. This was nice. We wrap up October with about 3 1/4, below average, but we will definitely take every drop of that 3 1/4. So good soaking rains. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, before we go to the drought report, which was issued today, I didn't want to speed past the annual. 17 and a half is a deficit of 11 inches. We're almost a foot below average. And we're only expecting another 4 inches November, December. So it really doesn't appear that we're going to get close to what we should be getting in an annual rain gauge. The drought report. Notice the exceptional drought. Almost all of Louisiana. This is exceptional, especially South Louisiana, which traditionally gets 60, 70 inches of rain a year. From New Orleans all the way into really Beaumont and Port Arthur. All exceptional drought. It has changed for us thanks to the rains of recent days. We've seen a big improvement in the San Antonio area. All this red that you see extreme was exceptional last week. The worst category for drought. That has been downgraded to extreme. We still have a pocket of exceptional drought for a good part of Bexar County and just a smidge of Medina County, and then a sliver, I'll call it, of Atascosa County. There's Victoria. What's up, John? Next Friday, Heather, on the next front. But it's not going to be like this last one. We're not going to be in the 40s for a high. Loving the brats, right, Gene? So good. Daylight saving. Well, actually, it ends. David, yeah, the clock in your car, right? Exactly. Or my old joke about daylight saving was, we fall back an hour. This is when our VCRs will blink 11 o'clock. Only us old people get that one. Doing great, Hanak. Good to see you, my man. Quero's here. What's up, Heather? Hello, Mary. So while we're talking drought, while we're talking rainfall, let's take a look at November. The news is not... Wait a minute. That changed. This is a new forecast for November, and it's above average. I like it. Especially the Rio Grande, back into West Texas, for some above average rainfall. Okay, good news. We're going to swap these signs out and try to get to this at 10 o'clock. This is the 6 to 10 day forecast. Let me just see what 8 to 14. Wow, we're kind of on the border of what looks to be some decent rain. All right, let me just switch these signs around. Whoa. Wrong.
No one detained, I imagine. No one detained or anything. Who found the body? Did they say that?
All right. Let's go in a little bit tighter. What do you think? I think so. I think so. I'll make this a little tinier. This is part of our getting a little. Oh, don't want to do that. Grab the wrong thing. Okay. Whoa. Why do we have two of them? All right, that's going to work. Okay, that's good news considering the drought report that we will see some above average precipitation, especially west of the city. All right, but not in the 7-day forecast. It's going to be beyond our 7 days, and I'm going to have to look at the long range. I mean, they were kind of split on some rainfall with this next front, which will be, Wednesday into Thursday, really Friday. Good evening, Tara. Martin, you're welcome. Hi, Max. Hey, Brianna, think we'll see any severe thunderstorm before the year is over? I don't know about, before the year is over, we could. I mean, it's a little early to, hey, Cynthia, make that kind of a call, Brianna, but I don't see why we wouldn't have a chance, at least with a good front or two. We're definitely getting, the better fronts now, which can produce some pretty good thunderstorms if we get the right dynamics in place. So I would definitely say there's a chance. Read these files about, oh boy, we still have a long while. Yeah, Max, we sure do. We sure do. But in the short term, and in the next 7 days, we're dry and we're really warming up. In fact, by next Wednesday, some models have us at 89 to 90. I went with 87 since it's so far away. But it's going to be warm. Next Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 degrees above average. If you look at this 7-day, there's literally one day that we're going to have an average fall day in San Antonio, and it's going to be Saturday. We're still below average tomorrow. We're above average by Sunday and the rest of the 7-day. Isn't that something? All right, so my take. David, tell me what you think. Charles Barkley was at it again.
Oh, yeah.
Suns, Spurs. So first off, stop. If anybody can get it to Charles, just first off, get some new material. And number two, why does he get away with, I'll just, call it what it is, weight shaming females in San Antonio? Why do you think he gets away with it? Because he's Charles Barkley, or?
I would imagine so. Simple as that.
I mean, anyone else says these things about people, and they will be canceled in a heartbeat. But he gets a pass. And I don't know why. He's had a pass on this for like 20 years, this joke has been going. I'm like, first off, get some new material, Charles. But being the father of 3 San Antonio ladies, my 3 daughters, all born in San Antonio, I take offense to what he says about the lovely people of San Antonio. And I don't understand why he gets a pass. I don't get that. Help me. Help me. Let's get this heat out of here. It's coming, Tara. I know it. The cool mornings until Monday, I'll say, because as long as you're not going over 60, it's a comfortable morning. Right, JR? Exactly. Oh, don't forget, of course, time change Sunday. This is when the sun's going down early. Like on Sunday night, Monday night, you're going to be like, what time is it? You're like, I don't want to start a movie. It's already too late. And you're like, wait a minute. It's only 6:20. It's going to get dark early now, beginning Sunday, Monday. So we fall back 1 hour. We get an extra hour of what looks to be, again, a beautiful weekend as I showed you. We're going to have highs 80 by Sunday, 77 Saturday. Should be really nice. South winds will pick up a little bit. Looks like it's going to be breezy on Monday. And that's why we're actually warming up. See that southwest wind? Good evening, John. Daylight saving time is kind of annoying, right? I know there's legislation to end time changes. So we'll see if that makes it through. All right, guys, it's going to wrap things up on a Thursday night. Have an awesome Friday. Love you all. God bless you. We'll see you on Ken's 5 News at 10.